I wanted to share with you a little bit more about the technique behind our Bandhani silk scarves. Bandhani is a handmade tie-dyed fabric from India. The base fabric for these scarves is matka silk. Matka is a hand-loomed silk fabric. It sort of has some of the same rustic qualities as our raw silk bandanas, but this one does have, it's a little thinner, a little drapier, and it does have some luster to it. The fabric is hand-loomed as a white fabric and then laid flat. Then a dotted pattern is traced onto that fabric. So you can see how this pattern was stars, whereas this pattern was sort of a tiled square. Then everywhere the pattern shows a dot, the fabric is tied off. So it's like pinched with one hand and then wrapped with thread, tied with thread. Then it travels over to the next pinch, wrapped with thread. Pinched and wrapped with thread. And so if you look closely, you can see how it moves around. You can see how tiny this is and what a painstaking, precise job this is. Very high-skilled artisans to do this. Once the fabric is finished being tied, it's dyed in a natural dye bath. Then the ties can be removed, which I will do a small section. So the ties are removed pretty quickly. It's actually just pull on the bias. And you can see that blue thread coming off. And underneath, the fabric has remained white from the tied resist. On this yellow piece, I ironed and pressed a small section so you can see what the motif looks like finished. Notice it's a dot, but it's not just a plain dot, it's sort of like a circle with yellow in between. The ties have been removed from this whole yellow piece, and you can see that the texture remains. The texture isn't permanent. It will wash out and become flat. It can be washed or pressed out. Hope you enjoyed that little background.